Hello everybody, welcome back to another certified banger. It's your boy GCP Nick, or Athenic if you prefer, and I have what I believe to be one of the greatest setups for a video I have done to date. You will notice that I have both the Satin side cards and the Keshi side cards, as this was promised, that the longer I kept recording and editing these videos, I would continue to try and thrive to add both sides, right? And one of the ways I'm doing that is by recording this view that you're seeing right now of top down, both sides of the mat. I know that, you kind of have to turn your head a little bit to see each side, but trust me, I have put every single card played this game on the screen so that you may see it. So right now we're just going through a mulligan and setup. By the way, I'm not playing in this game. This is not me. I am neither Satin in this matchup, nor am I Keshi. I recently passed the judges exam for Soul Masters, and so I'm actually just standing off to the side, kind of doing my own thing and making sure that the rules are followed to the best of my ability, because I'm still learning. I read about 20-30 minutes of SoulForge per day to keep deepening my knowledge of the card game and to make sure that the rulings and judgings are fair. So Satin is going first here, playing a Dark Golem core. What's important about that? Well, we'll see what he plays first. Azalea, perfect. So this unit is a stealth unit, and when it attacks, you may pay a bleed to get +1 damage. And then attacks also generate a bleed. And you'll notice a lot of these cards are shibbied or regular. That's a blunder. That's because some of the cards, the creator of Soul Masters actually gave me access to a Google Discord where I could download all the cards, but most of them are shibby. I think the chibis are cuter anyway, so really no complaints here. But turn one from both players, not able to attack. I'm sure you guys are familiar with the heroes and what they do. Satin generates bleed, Keshi generates... what does Keshi generate? Also, Robbie's playing on my mat, I just realized. Keshi generates rage. So Robbie's going to play 2 cores here, play a Woven Scout, which ironically can attack can attack Azalea because it's a scout unit. Robbie's then going to play a Wolf Pack, generate a rage, summon his most loyal pupper to the battlefield, and generate 1 rage. Now you'll also notice that I have the health of both players that will go up and go down as they take damage. And yeah, I mean, that's where we're at right now. Hopefully this setup works for you guys. If you do enjoy this view, let me know, because the next 3 videos, including this one that comes out, are going to be in this format. As you can see, there's the Keshi Rage on screen. What a cutie patootie, and look at her, she's got her shadows with her. Alrighty, Robbie's gonna pass it back to Adam. Adam's who he's playing right now, who is actually our distributor and event holder for Soul Masters in Canada. Shout out to our boy. Great guy, love him. I also play Grand Archive with him on Fridays. Look at what is he debating on doing right now? Putting down Shuriken? Maybe playing Shuriken? Who knows? Probably putting it down. But yeah, hopefully you guys are liking the videos. Seem to be received pretty well. Obviously, like I was learning in the first one, learning in the second. I mean, we're gonna continue learning. We're always learning. Looks like we're gonna declare an attack from Azalea into Robbie. Oh, but Shadow's gonna tank it. There we go, good job. Also, I have a tea. Hopefully you guys don't mind that I drink my tea while I do this. There we go, Satin's gonna get that attack in for 3, bring Robbie down to 7 HP. I also found when I was editing videos previously, it was hard to know when people were evoing and what their health were. So, looks like he's gonna play a Megumi and a Blood Jar. Is it Megumi or Megui? I forget. And a Blood Jar. Basically what Megumi is, we'll just say Megumi. Basically what she does, if you have 4 cards or less in your hand when you play her, you may draw a card. And then we got Blood Jar, which is a defender. It's basically like Bastion or Garth or Shadow with Keshi. Either way, you can intercept it to block an attack, and then when it KOs, generate a bleed. And if he had it face down, you know, he can negate an attack of a 3 cost or less. You will see some blunders here just because Adam has not played Satin in a while, and you know, forgets a few things, to say the least. But he made light of it, and it was pretty funny. Robbie's gonna play an energy core. Beautiful. Hopefully my tea drinking isn't stirring up any unnecessary noise. I apologize if it does. Robbie gonna put down another core. He is gonna tap to bring in another dog. Oh, that means he started the game with a dog. And then Wolf packed a dog. Nice. Shadow is broken. He's gonna declare an attack with Woven Scout into Azalea, and then Adam's gonna pop Blood Jar to generate a bleed. Look at that cute chibi Satin bleed. Well, actually, you should see some of the bleed cards Adam has. I should have put them on screen. But they are sick, to say the least. He's got some pretty nice foils of everything. Oh, looks like Robbie is going to attack here, declare an attack into Adam, and then play Maul, and then choose to KO Megumi. Oh, gone too soon, Megumi, I'm sorry. Which means that Adam is actually going to take 6 damage here and be brought down to 4. And then Robbie will generate 2 rage, 1 from the spell, 1 from the attack. Wow. Big turn. Big turn from our guy. Hold on, I'm going to pick up my dog. 1 second. Hopefully he cooperates and doesn't make any sounds while we are going through this game, but okay, Robbie's going to spend 2 rage to bring in the Onyx Temple. Pretty much the only battleground Keshi should be playing. Probably Ragnar too. Unless Ragnar runs some sort of temple that does discarding or something, because I know that's basically his thing. But yeah, generating a free rage every turn is pretty great. Pretty good. Pretty powerful when you think that you also generate a rage when you attack. So you are essentially always going to have 2 rage per turn for free. And I think Robbie's going to pass it back. Yeah, Robbie's going to pass it back. And it looks like Adam is also going to bring in his own temple, the Blood Temple, which comes in rested. And units he controls generate 2 bleed instead of 1 if they have the Thirst trait, which just generates a bleed on attack. He can also then rest the temple to draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards, or pay 2 bleed and discard an Assassin Guild unit instead. So then he would oh, hold on 1 second. Yeah, draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards unless you pay 2 bleed and discard an Assassin Guild. Yeah, so basically he gets to keep 1 card if he has an Assassin unit, which most of the time he would, because that's most of the cards. So here's a bit of a blunder, because like I said before, Adam has not played Satin in a while, so he's gonna put down a 5th core, which is illegal, and then play Kaito. And I'm not even looking at the moment, but I'm about to look. I think right now I look over and I go, oh, hold on a second. You can only have 4 cores. And he, he laughs it off. He's like, put a note in that I haven't played this character in a while. I said, yeah, no worries. So he's going to fix that. Kaito can attack readied units. He also has haste, and he can pay a bleed to prevent 1 damage to himself. So that's what he can do. Adam's going to fix that. Make sure he only has 4 cores at all times. He's then going to declare the attack with Kaito into Robbie for 4. And Robbie's going to do what he do and sacrifice his dog. Sacrifice his good boy. And then Satin will come in to the Woven Scout for 3. Take it out. Generate a bleed. And then Azalea will generate 2 bleed, like I said, because Azalea has thirst, and do 2 damage to Robbie. Alright. Also, I feel like the music's not too loud, right? Like, I feel like music's decent. Okay, he's gonna pass it back. Alright. What can Robbie do on this momentous turn? Let's see. Loving the art. I think I might buy the Chibi Keshi deck, to be honest with you. I love it. I love the Chibi art, so I may. But I also wanted to try the Lima deck. I've been hearing that it has playability issues, but I'll be the judge of that. You know, like I might pick it up and see what I can do with it. Yeah, just cause. All right, looks like Robbie's going to tap the Onyx Temple to generate 1 rage, and then probably bring in Wolfsbane if I had to guess, because that's a staple. Yep, Wolfsbane comes in rested, but you can tap it to get basically a floating energy, like tap it as a resource. You will never use it for its secondary effect in a Keshi deck. Well, probably not. Which is that Silver Moon Clan units gain riposte until the end of turn, so they would deal damage back to the attacker equal to their power stat. But you never know. Oh, looks like Robbie's gonna do a little librarian card here, Shadow Vision, letting him search his deck for a Keshi spell, ability, or Crimson Shadow unit. Reveal it, and then add it to his hand. And then shuffle his deck. And then generate 1 rage. A classic. It's the equivalent of Athena's Librarian card, which I think is very cool. I hope I get it in a collector's box. I'm saving up so I can buy a collector's box, and I'm hoping to get a lot of Athena. I'm hoping to be blessed with some Athena cards, because they look so cool. Alright, looks like Robbie's going to pick Jacqueline as his unit. You'll see her again later, I'm sure, but I'll explain what she does right now, just real quick. She is also a haste unit, and on play, if Robbie chooses to pay 1 rage, he may pay 1 rage, and he can KO an enemy unit with a cost of 2 or less. Now, cards like this in the Woven clan are very strong against Satin players, because like Satin only has, sorry, I didn't mean to say like that. Satin only has 4 energy cores, which means a lot of units are costing 1, 2, and 3, and some 4. So that's a pretty good value ability to have on a unit that also has haste. So hopefully we see something cool come out of that one. Robbie is playing Wolf Pack, which means this is the last dog he can search for his deck. If he gets another Wolf Pack, he is not allowed to search his deck. He must just grab it from the discard. Because knowing that you don't have a shadow unit and maybe just trying to get a reshuffle is not something you're allowed to do. So, not too bad there. Good turn. Lots of stalling here. Lots of damage being delayed with the dogs. Ooh, I've got a peppermint tea and it is delicious. Woo. And generate a rage off that. Also, if you'll notice, Robbie has one of the specialized cards for his Keshi, and they look sick. They're like the serialized ones. I think they go up to 500. They're like 1, or is it 1 in 150? I think it's 1 in 150 actually. He actually cracked them from there, put them in smaller ones so that he could play with them, and they look sick, might I add. That is a very cool looking Keshi Commander card. Unfortunately, this is a bit of a blunder. Robbie's going to attack Keshi into Kaito, which, as you know and can see, has the pay 1 bleed to prevent 1 damage to this unit. So he will only take 2 damage from Robbie and live, which is unfortunate and a bit of a blunder. He could have taken out Azalea, or yeah, that's honestly what I would have done. But you know what? That's okay. Not here to judge. Well, actually, coincidentally, I am here to judge, but I'm not here to judge Robbie's playstyle, which is good. I like it. Robbie's a go face kind of guy, and I respect him. I respect him for that. All right, let's see here. He has passed it back to our Satin player, who is going to tap 2 for Toshiro. By the way, I love the Assassin's Guild unit names. Pretty cool. He just has Toxin, which is a buff, and Thirst, and he's then going to play Miyugi. I think that's how we're going to say it, Miyugi, right? Not Megumi. It's Miyugi, so Miyugi. And on play, again, if you have 4 or fewer cards, draw a card, and Thirst, when attacking, generate a bleed. Adam's deck really focuses on the units with Thirst over the Satin ones, so Azalea is going to go in for 2 here, bring Robbie down to 3 health. Then Kaito is going to get the dog sicked on him. And then it looks like Robbie's going to go down to 0. And now I put 0 in an asterisk because essentially he did reach 0 health, but he now Evos into Evo 1, which will reset his health to 10. So that's why I just kind of put it as a floating there. So it just shows that he reached 0 to level up. And then Adam is going to bring in Blood Cloak, which comes in rested. And he may rest and pay a bleed to have an attack redirected to a different eligible unit. So, you know, let's say Robbie's attacking Kaito and he taps it to make him choose a different target. Robbie could then choose Keshi, Satin, or he could choose Kaito. Any attack that's eligible to be received will take it. So anyways, he then passes it back to Robbie, who is now at Evo 1, as you can see by the Keshi. So now she gains Ferocity, which is discard 2 Rage and give all units +1 till the end of turn, which is pretty good. Pretty good. Looks like Robbie is going to pay 4 to play Wolfgrim. Now, the entire game pauses because we have literally never seen this card played before, so I haven't either. I'm familiar with what he does. On play, you destroy an energy from your opponent's energy field. So Robbie gets to pick 1, and, Adam will have to put it in the trash. And like I said, we are confused because we have not seen it before. So yeah, I pick it up as well, and I'm thinking, okay, because Adam's asking who gets to choose what core is selected. And Robbie, the player of the card, gets to choose. So he's going to pick a card. And what is he going to pick? We'll never know. I can't see. I can't read that. That's okay. He picked it at random. He's then going to tap Wolfbane for 1 energy to play a Woven Scout. Very good, very good. Now, if Robbie wants, he can attack with Keshi and kill Kaito this time because he does 4 damage. So he could clear him. He's going to bring out a weapon, Siphon, which is pretty much only good to rest and remove to generate 2 rage if you need to do a big push, but also gives +1 to target unit or commander when they attack. Comes in rested. Every reserve card comes in rested, I think. Maybe not every, maybe I shouldn't say that. Alright, looks like Robbie's declaring an attack. I didn't see exactly where that was going into. Probably Kaito, but maybe Azalea. Azalea. Really? For 1 damage, eh? Okay. That's fine. Maybe Robbie's cooking with gas here, and we don't know. He's going to tap his Onyx Temple to generate a rage, and then pass the turn. Alright. Let's see what the retaliation will be. Looks like we're going to declare an attack with Miyugi. Probably into Robbie. Yep, for 4. Oh, goodness gracious. Bringing Robbie down to 6 health already. Then Toshiro is going to declare an attack for 3. What will Robbie do? Yeah, I guess he'll take it. He'll go down to 3 health. What an interesting turn this has been. Looks like Satin is really pulling ahead with this one, eh? Like, this is not looking good. Not a great spot for Robbie to be in right now. It looks like Adam forgot to untap that resource, but he hasn't spent anything this turn. Might turn up the music a little bit. It seems a little low, but that could just be my headset. I kind of like the vibe of it. It's very relaxing and chill. Hopefully that's the vibe you guys are getting when you're listening or when you're watching. Because that is the vibe we are going for. We are playing for a winner's card today, so there are 3 rounds that you will see. This is just the first video. Alright, it looks like this is another blunder from Adam, which is he thought that you could rest and sacrifice Shuriken to put the damage on, but that is not how Shuriken works, so I do remind him of that. And again, he laughs and says, I'm sorry, you're the one who asked me to play this. And I say, I know, the people were requesting more matchups. So, yeah. And it looks like, oh my god, Robbie is going to be taken down to 0 HP again and Evo up to Evo 2. So he'll now have 15 health. And I think I know what's coming on the Satin side. I think, yep, Fallen Angel is getting played. Reserve feat spell. Summon a unit named Blood Dragon from your discard or deck. Transfer 8 bleed and put it underneath the Blood Dragon. That's essentially what's going on. So here we got a little cutie patootie. I got a little chibi version of the Blood Dragon. What a cute guy. Costs 10 to summon, which in theory, you could summon with float, but it would come in with no health and die. So you have to do it with the feat. But on each upkeep, he will lose 2 bleed, and his bleed is his health. So right now he has 8 health. But on Satin's next upkeep, he will be down to 6. He cannot be targeted by any effects or skills, and once per turn you're allowed to pay a certain amount of bleed from Blood Dragon to prevent that amount of damage. So if Kaito's again taking 5 damage, he could sacrifice 2 bleed from Blood Dragon to negate 2 damage. That's how that works. So it looks like another attack was declared, and then Robbie took it and then did his once per turn to heal up 1 health. So he's now at 13. That was probably the Miyugi or Toshiro attack. So, uh-oh. Tapping all 4 for a Daitsu Kaisen. Probably the second strongest unit other than the Blood Dragon in the Satin deck. So, it costs 5, which obviously means that it can't be played normally, but if Satin is your commander, reduce it to 4. So it costs 4. It can be played at ability speed, which in my opinion is what Adam should have done in this matchup. He should have just held all 4 of his resource, and then as a reaction to Robbie ending his turn, play Daitsu Kaisen, so that there's no risk for him to get attacked or anything like that. And then he'd get the free upkeep, which is transfer 1 bleed and then +1 attack for each bleed under this card. So he has 4 attack to start, but then each bleed added at upkeep under him increases it. So he could be at 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, he can really be swinging after a couple turns. And then he is allowed to pay 1 bleed from this unit to prevent 1 damage to target Assassin Guild unit or commander. And lastly, as if this guy didn't have enough abilities, while he is in play, reduce the bleed cost of Satin's backstab skill by 1. Now we're on Robbie's turn. He's going to declare an attack with Keshi. If I'm being honest, Robbie doesn't do a lot of pointing, so I don't know where this attack is going. But we're going to find out pretty soon where it's going. It is going right into Satin. So Satin will hit the ground, 0 health, go back up to 10, Evo up to 1. And I got a cute little chibi of her as well, Evo 1. So, what will Robbie do? Robbie will tap 5. I think you know what's coming if you've been watching along. What he libraried out earlier, that's right. Jacqueline. Has haste on play. You may pay 1 rage, which it looks like Robbie's going to do, to KO target enemy unit costing 2 or less. Looks like he's picking Miyugi. Probably a good choice. Really, any of them were good. Either one of them, Miyugi or Toshiro, they both basically do the same thing. Looks like Robbie's going into his reserve deck to play a feat, if I was a betting man. And I am. I'm not actually, I don't really gamble. And he plays Savage Roar. And look at this. Beautiful winner's card from Robbie. Winner's card, Savage Roar. Ooh, that looks good. Does it not? I had to go to the website and grab the actual card he's using because he earned it. He deserves to have it shown. Mwah, chef's kiss. Good job, Robbie. Now, this was from another week that he won that. So, basically, yeah, Crimson Shadow units gain +1 damage. Ready your commander, which is good that he attacked. So, now, he's going to swing again. What's he going to do? Looks like he's paying. So what he's doing here is he's paying Keshi's ability, which gives his units a +1 till the end of turn. So he can do that once. So he's paying that. And what happened? Oh, yep. It looks like Adam took the 5 from Keshi. And then he's declaring Woven Scout into Satin for 5. So this will be lethal damage. This will Evo Satin if it goes through. So it looks like he's going to pay his once per turn bleed to heal 1, then take the 5 and be on 1. So Robbie's going to go ahead and tap Siphon to give a +1 to Woven Scout. That will then knock Satin down to 0, Evoing her for the second time. Boom, Evo 2, cute chibi, cute little chibi girl. All right. Not bad. So we're on even ground right now. We've got Robbie at 13 health in Evo 2. And we've got Satin at 15 health Evo 2. The only problem is one of them has a massive dragon made of blood, sweat, and tears. Barreling down. Looking for action. How can Robbie survive next turn's onslaught? Is what I would like to know. I think Adam forgot to draw one and generate a bleed when he evoed the first time. Probably because I wasn't paying attention, but I was watching at this point, and I reminded him to draw a card, generate a bleed. Who do you guys think is gonna win right now? You think Robbie has it? He's swinging Jacqueline for 7. Whew. Goodness gracious. Let's just count the damage on board right now. Satin 5, Dragon 7, so that's 13. That's 12. 7 plus 5, yeah, that's 12. So that's 12 damage plus Datsu Kaisen, that's 5, so that's 18. Yeah, it's 17. Plus Toshiro Kaito. I mean, it's over 20 damage on board on the Satin side, so Robbie cannot end his turn if this is the board state. Looks like he's declaring the attack with Jacqueline into Satin directly for 7. And then he's going to declare the attack with Wolfgrim. And Satin's going to react by paying 1 and tapping the Blood Cloak to generate to force Wolfgrim to attack a different target. Now, I don't think that Robbie paid the Wolfgrim Rage to give him +2. Is it +2? So it looks like he's just hitting for 6. And I think right now Robbie's asking who he's allowed to target. He can target anybody. Anyone that can receive an attack. Now, oh no. Datsu Kaisen was taking 6 damage, which is lethal. Bring up Blood Dragon again. Bring it back up. Remember what I said earlier? Once per turn, you can pay X bleed to prevent X damage. Unfortunately, that's exactly what just happened. Blood Dragon paid 2 bleed, bringing its health down to 6 to prevent Datsu Kaisen from dying, which is very unfortunate. Looks like Robbie did have one last trick up his sleeve, which was putting down another core, tapping it to play Iron Fur, which gives him 1 armor for the entire next turn. So that's not too bad, you know. That could save him a lot. That reduces some damage. He also can heal. He also can discard some cards. I mean, it's not over yet, but that was tough. That was tough. I don't think Robbie completely read what Wolfgrim can do. But actually, he was going to Blood Cloak it anyways. But here's the thing. If Robbie discarded the Rage with Wolfgrim to give him the +2, he would have been attacking for 8, and he would have been able to kill the Blood Dragon because it had 8. It had 8 health. Oh, that is unfortunate. All right, bring up the Satin Chibi for this last turn here. Oh, maybe it's not the last turn. I think shit. I think I misspoke. You guys didn't hear that, but if you did, you probably know where this one's going. The firepower on Satin's side is just too much. Kaito coming in for 4, which is blocked by 1 from Iron Fur, and then Savage Maul is discarded to block 2, so that is just 1 damage. Then Toshiro is coming in for 3, which will be 2 from the Iron Fur, and potentially 1 if Robbie wants to do his heal. Oh yeah, that Blood Dragon could have died this turn, 100%. 100%. Because it would have been either Satin dying for 8 or the Dragon dying. Yeah. That's okay. You know what? Now that I'm watching this back, he's discarding Alice to negate all damage. Oh, I see what happened. Toshiro, he paid the Thirst to make it 4. Oh no, here comes the Blood Dragon. So Robbie's going to heal up to 11, then take 1 less from the armor, so 5. Then Datsukaison's going to come in for 5, which is 4, which is leaving him on 1. Yeah, I mean, all he has to do is swing with Satin now, and I think it's over. Yep, looks like Satin swinging for 5, and that is game over. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you in the next one.